Friends don't lie. A popular motto from the Stranger Things television series on Netflix. I'd be lying if I told you I wasn't thrilled with what I've got in store for you today. Howdy everyone, it is I, Zach, from Straight Down the Middle YouTube series from the Pinball Network, and most importantly, from Flippin' Out Pinball. Sure, I think we can all agree that Stern Pinball's instant cult classic, Stranger Things Pinball Machine, is just simply badass, but Medisinyl Mods has really outdone themselves this time. When it comes to modifications and additions to a pinball machine, there's different levels, right? You buy some mods, you're like, that's all right. Some mods are like, it's pretty cool. Some mods are like, oh, that's great. Some mods are like badass, but Medisinyl Mods puts it up over the top. It's like, it's bitchin'.
Bitchin'.
Yeah, bitchin'.
All right, let's do this. Settle in, break out your Eggo waffles, brush up on your Russian as I take you through the upside down to install Medisinyl Mods' full Stranger Things mod collection. Oh, I almost forgot. Because of the painstaking details and the artistry that Medisinyl puts into their products, this mod collection for Stranger Things by Medisinyl, it's limited. It's probably already gone. It's sold out. But just in case, pause the video, go check it out. Make sure that there's none still left. Let's open up this box, see what's inside. I've opened the box and I've got to say, it took my breath away. I know that's dramatic, but the quality and the details in these pieces are quite stunning. Check this out. Unbelievable work. Look at like just the blood trails, the nice subtle blood on the handrails. Look at that. They each have lighting features. Look at this. Just incredible work. Wow. Freaking laser. They're cheap 3D mods, and then there is artistry such as this. Hand-painted Medisinyl Mods. Crap. Look at this. Oh my god. The other thing that I just love about Medisinyl Mods, sure they're stunning, it's artistry at its finest in pinball, but the install, it's not like you're splicing stuff and drilling new holes. They're going to utilize a lot of the holes that's already created in the pinball machine, a lot of the hardware that's already created, and then you're going to be able to, I love interactive mods, mods that tap into lighting. You're going to be able to do that here. Let's go through and install these. I don't think this is going to be too bad. Okay, first step, we're going to make sure the machine is powered off. Then we're going to remove our playfield glass, placing it somewhere safe. That's to not to break it. We're going to lift up the playfield here and sit it on the rack up front. And just for good measure, eject those balls, make sure that those are out so that if we do have to lift the playfield, they won't come spewing out everywhere. We're going to focus on the top right mod first. The first piece we're going to put in is the big platform. It's going to go right around this area. In a nutshell, what we're going to do is we're going to take this lighting wire and we're going to feed it through the existing flasher wire that's already in the game and pull that taut, and then this is going to basically go down in there. See that? Boom, boom, which is right here and right here. So halfway through there's a connector right here, makes it nice and simple. You just declip that. Boom. And then we're going to feed this in and we'll connect this in later. It's kind of tough to see, but you will see this flasher right here. It's got a wire that goes through one hole in this backboard here. So just take this and follow it through that hole. Okay, so we have that fed through the back here. We don't want to pull it tight yet. We're going to remove this screw and this screw. Things to note, this screw right here is on a hex stand-up. I don't know if you can see a hex stand-up. So as you're taking this screw out, if it feels like the under stand-up is spinning as well, you're going to need to get a vice grip, or you're going to have to get a pliers to grip that while you're taking this top screw out. For many of you, it won't matter. Just this top screw will come out nicely. On this one, though, this flasher here, underneath there is a nut on each side. This screw right here, you're going to hold that nut, and then you're going to take out the screw. Make sure not to drop the nut. And the stand up behind it is not spinning, so that's good. There's a washer there. Make sure I don't lose that. Boom. Screw one is out. Put it in a safe place. I like to put it in my mouth. Don't do that though. Now we're going to take the other screw out. Some of you are fancy and you've got special tools that go under there and hold that in place, like a wrench. I don't have one handy. I just use the grip here. I don't know if you guys can see, but I'm holding that nut there, and then I'm going to unscrew this, making sure not to drop the nut, or let's see here, that's free. Nut job. All right. Screw 2. Now it's time for the magic. We're going to take this, and it kind of puzzle pieces in there, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Also, we're going to keep this cord kind of pulled at the same time and keep it taut. But I also have to say that there's a deflector. See this deflector? It's going to actually stay in place there. We want that to stay in place. Shimmy, shimmy, wiggle, wiggle. I like it. I like it. Boom, boom, shimmy, shimmy. Make sure that piece under there is good. That wasn't bad. Look at that. Woohoo! It like doesn't even need screws. It holds in place perfectly. My wire's nice and taut back here, which pulls it back against this back wall. For the premium LE, the lights work perfectly. Look at that. The flasher's still working. Beautiful! I did notice as I'm attaching these screws back in place, this washer on my set is preventing it from going down into that hole there. So we'll do it without. Remember, the one over here is going into that hex post underneath. So we go nice. And you don't want to over tighten this stuff because it was pretty snug without the screw. So I'm just going for nice firm. Because if you keep going, I mean, you're going to break something. Don't want to do that. And you may not tighten that all the way quite yet. We want to get that put into place. What I like to do is when I'm arranging this, before I try to put that screw in, I look straight down through that hole to make sure that there's nothing that's getting in the way. Remember, we have that plastic deflector underneath there. Just going to line that all up. Then we can put that screw right through. Holding on to the nut with the pliers, and then gently putting that with the screwdriver. And again, don't want it to be too tight. Doesn't need to be too tight. All right, we're good. Okay, now that that's all installed, we're going to find that wire again that's coming out of the back, and we're going to reattach this like so. Snap. All right, now we're going to take this and we're actually going to feed it back up through the head to the right side of the head here where the power supply is at. I'm going to take this, put it through there. Let me get the key here and I'll show you where it goes. Again, anytime you're messing with power sources, just unplug the game from the wall just to be safe. I'm going to try to help you all see it a little better, but there is one unconnected connector on this small node board down here. That's where we're going to connect it. Let's see if I can zoom in. Can you guys see it right there? That 3-pin connector right there. We're going to make sure that on this, the yellow is on the bottom. Yellow is on the bottom. Just like so. Okay, so now that that's connected, we're going to put that back up. Now the next piece is very simple to install. You'll see a little notch right here. And then there's a little notch right there. It's going to lay in there. And then essentially it's just going to replace, there's 2 black washers. I don't know if you can see them. 2 black washers right here. We're going to take this off, remove the 2 black washers, and then this is already built in as those black spacers. And then we're going to apply that back down, holding it into place. But again, there's nuts under here. Don't lose a nut. All right, check it out. There's a black spacer. We're going to remove that, put it in your coin box, keep it safe. Put that in that notch right up there. Put that right there. Easy peasy. Screw through the original hole, through the new spacer mod, then through the bottom. Take that nut with your hand, bada bing, bada boom, tighten her up until you can't hold the nut anymore. Let her go. Damn, this thing looks amazing. All right, grip my nut there. I'm tightening up the screw. Don't over tighten. Don't over tighten. Go back in a little bit, just a little bit, just a little. Oh, yep, just a little tickle. Up, 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 up. Good. Look at that. Oh, look at that. So for the last piece of this yummy Stranger Things puzzle, we are installing the deprivation tank with platform. What we're gonna do here, before we jump into it, we are going to be removing this flasher. We're gonna be using these two spots here for these two, and we're going to be mounting it. This is going to go through where that flasher wiring is going. It's going to follow that, but we're actually going to remove this. So I'm going to lift the plate field up. I'm going to see where this flasher cord is, and I'm going to actually disconnect it all together. Pull that off, all of it's coming off. To properly disconnect that flasher, you're going to kind of look behind, look at that back flasher, see where the wire is going through the play field, and I can see it right here. It's going to be hard for you guys to see, but it's all bundled up in here, and there's a basic connector. And I'm just going to disconnect that. I'll see if I can get you a better angle here in a second. So for the purposes of this video, I'm going to kind of show you I disconnected it. It looks like that. Okay, there it is. The other end is right here. And then as we mount that new Medisinyl Mod platform deprivation tank, the lighting is going to come right back through that same hole, and then it's going to clip, where in the heck did that thing go? And it's back there. Then it's going to clip right back to where it was. Simple! And yes, of course, our favorite thing, holding those stupid nuts under there. God, I hate that. The nut has been securely removed. You're going to have to also be careful because the screw washer comes up and there's another spacer in between there. Had to change my needle nose there. Oh, trusty. Take that off. And then put all this stuff in the coin box. Remove the flasher. Okay, now that flasher can then be pulled out. Remember we disconnected it from the bottom, so that can be pulled out. We're going to put it down that hole there. You see, boom, boom. That's going to sit there. That's how it's going to look. So what I will do, we're going to set this to the side. I'll take this and route that back down the hole. It's going to be a lot easier for you guys to route that because you don't have a camera and lighting right in your face and in your way. On to the next step. Two screws that we're going to use are right here. This one is one of those stand-up posts again. Remember, as we're taking it out, just make sure the stand-up is not spinning along with it. If it is, you're going to have to grip that stand-up and then take out the screw. Put that to the side. And then for my particular game, I do have the UV kit installed from Stern. Medisinyl said that if you do not have that UV kit, there may be an extra screw that you're going to need. They'll provide that. We will reattach the screws, but this washer that was originally on this, it's got to go. Doesn't fit with it on there. As a reminder, you don't want to make it too tight quite yet until we get the other one secured. Also double check as you're doing this that the screws that you remove go into the same holes, because sometimes those screws are different sizes and lengths. It's going right into that stand up. Got to take that washer out, remember. There we go. Do not over tighten. A little snug without too much. That's phenomenal. Look at that damn thing. Now we're going to flip the play field up. We're going to connect that lighting that we added down in there. There's a laser there. I don't know what that laser does. I want to see it though. Okay, it came right through that hole there. And you want to look on the other side over here and kind of feed it and pull it. Make sure you're not pulling anything else on the playfield that shouldn't be pulled. We're going to do our best to secure this, wrap it around. Boom! You can be fancy with the little zip ties and stuff. I'm not. Now that everything is installed, we turn back on the lights. I want to show you guys some of the details of this fantastic. Look at that. First off, look at the control panel there with the different colored lights. You've got, that's the world of the upside down, the hole that is beaming with light, radiating at a soft pulsing. Look at the little laser dots coming up. Look at that. Those are actually coming from across the playfield from the isolation chamber. It was so simple to install as well, but the results are just simply stunning. You can't unsee this anymore. The platform, all of the fine details, it went perfectly right into place, designed with every single detail in mind. And the isolation chamber, check that out. Oh, and that's where that laser is shooting from across. And just creating a world under glass is Medisinyl Mods expertise. If you look closely, that isolation chamber looks like there's mist inside. We remember 11 making an interaction with the Demogorgon. Remember that? And what happens? The portal opens up and the Demogorgon hand comes and gets her, which is very symbolic. But that little detail, I'm gonna pull in closer so that you guys can see it. Check out this world. What I told you, if I could just see the looks on your face right now, seeing the beauty and the spectacle that is Medisinyl Mods collection for Stranger Things. Buy one right now, and comment down below, did you guys get one? What do you think about the mod collection? It's truly a world under glass now, isn't it? Do you guys love Stranger Things Pinball? And have you purchased any other Medisinyl Mods yet? Have you? Buy them all, because that transforms a game. This is now a medicinal game. I buy games because Medisinyl does this kind of stuff to it. Do you have any Medisinyl games? Comment down below what you think about this mod collection, as well as the Stranger Things game. I'll never get rid of mine. It'll never happen. Hopefully the installation video was helpful. Thanks again to Medisinyl Mods for letting us do the install video and the reveal video for you. The camera captured it pretty damn good, but it's a new game. It's a new game now. I only wonder how much this mod's gonna be once they all sell out. Trending up, baby. Bye, bye, bye. Thanks again. See ya. Gotta add the balls. Just a touch above the rest. Just a little touch above the rest. A touch
above the rest. Ooh.
Open, open up with a lot of energy. Upside down. Little red Corvette, baby, I'm much too fast. All right. Son of a bitch. Magnetic tip my ass. Ah!